welcome to HBOLAX. This is Lizzy Pace.
And this is Katherine Dudas.
Hey, Katherine. We are the two foremost television, film director, pop culture experts.
Yes.
And we are obsessed with Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. Mm-hmm. And today we're breaking down Season 1, Episode 9, the penultimate episode.
Oh, love. So good.
Do you think that the penultimate Game of Thrones episodes get too much hype?
Yes. I do. I think, it's interesting because I think the writers probably now feel that pressure too. You know, I think because it has that reputation. So it was interesting to see what they did. And especially the ending scene, which we'll get to. Yeah. Because I thought that was.
I was hoping for more murder.
I agree with you.
With peace and love.
With fire and blood and peace and love. Would love to have seen more throats ripped out. We definitely, though, got a good... I was reminded definitely that I was like, yes, this is the House of the Dragon. It was I felt like the ending was very
centered around it.
Remember, there is dragons.
I think I'm just feeling murdery because I am dressed in green to honor Allison's last episode tonight.
You're doing a great job.
I should have dressed like Rhaenys. Really.
Oh, yes. She was so... I love her. That was a really good moment she had. I'm excited to get into it and discuss. Before
we do.
Yes.
Ding, ding, ding. We have officially chosen the White Lotus Season 2 Sicily season for our next show. So we will be recapping that. It starts on October 30th.
Yes. We hope you guys tune in for that. Watch along with us. It's going to be fun. It's going to be, Mike White is a genius. We're excited to see what he does. It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be out of pocket. It's going to be, I'm sure it's going to be a lot of great cliffhangers. And so please join us.
The White Lotus Season 1 was such a strong vibe.
And
the way it was told with all of the whistling music going intercut. Oh, so
genius.
Good.
Just a true work of art. It was, and the acting and everything, and just a great commentary on today and all. It was just it was a perfect 2019. Was it during the pandemic? Did they shoot? I don't know when they shot.
I don't know.
I watched it. I feel like
we'll have that information for you on the premiere.
As the foremost experts, we will have that information.
Yep. We're experts, so we know what we don't know, Yes. That's how you know you're a real expert.
The smartest people say, I don't know.
And speaking of what we don't know, let's get into this episode of House of the Dragon. Mm-hmm. We get the promo. It is very much centered around Aegon's succession and Viserys' death. And we see this first shot. Oh, wait. First of all, Katherine, don't think I'll forget.
Oh, fuck. I have Kahlua. I'll be right back.
So, to remind the listeners who might have missed this, Katherine and I made a bet early on when Viserys was starting to decay on what episode he would ultimately die in. And Katherine guessed episode 6, and I just guessed after episode 6, and I won the bet. Katherine is now wandering around her kitchen trying to find something to drink.
I'm back. Okay, I'm going to do a shot of Kahlua.
That is disgusting. Oh
it's going to be really gross. And I don't have a shot glass, but I'm just going to measure, which is not a good idea because I'm afraid I'm going to do more. Gross. Okay, well.
I feel so bad. I feel like I should do one with you.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to that, but this is my punishment, so I will accept it for not being right. And I think we should punish people for not being right. And that's the internet in 2022. Thank you and good night. Cheers to your health, Lizzy, and cheers to the true rightful heir to the throne, Rhaenyra.
Unfortunately, we do Price is Right rules, so just after episode 6 was a better guess than episode 6.
Oh my God, it was so
Thank
close
you.
though.
I will say for the record, Catherine just did a shot of Kahlua. She looks disgusting.
Oh, it was really gross. But you know what? It does
As
have
you
that
should
coffee
after
flavor.
your shame.
I should. I was wrong.
Oh, we should get that shame bell.
Yes. Oh, how do we not already have one? I should just have one. I'm Catholic. I was raised Catholic. I should just have a shame bell.
Oh my God, you don't have any bells?
I know. My mom really
Blasphemy.
did not. Yeah. No shame bells.
Okay. Glad we got that out
Thank
of the
you.
way. Oh my God.
I feel so
forgot.
embarrassed. I feel really embarrassed.
Our first shot of the episode is an empty throne room, and then an empty castle, and an empty council room, and soft piano music. What is happening?
Very eerie.
Did they forget the actor?
Yeah. They're like, they ran out of budget. They've like, we have no more money. It's very expensive to keep all of these halls, these dark halls lit. Not very well.
Yeah. Oh my God, the lighting is horrible.
The lighting kills me. Kills me.
That is all I was thinking as this little blonde boy is walking the hallway. I was like, I would be tripping everywhere.
Yes, I agree.
There's no light.
There is no light. It is very...
And the floors, they're not smooth.
I mean, I'm just watching it on my TV. I was thinking like, this is dark on my TV. I'm now having the experience that Lizzy was having. And you know what? When I was in your shoes, didn't like it. I felt bad. I felt I couldn't imagine what you felt like until I experienced it. Cause I'm American. So I had to actually experience it myself. And it was bad. But our
Finally, you can empathize with me.
Our little blonde boy gets to his mother, Allison's chambermaid, I guess we call.
Talia? Talia?
Talya.
Her lady maid?
Yes, her lady maid. And then we cut to Allison crying in her bed, shocked, I guess, even though I don't know why. Maybe she's just sad. She knows shit's about to go down. But I was like, are we surprised? But
I was like, is she learning that Viserys is dead?
That's what I was supposed to be. I had the same thought. I was like,
I know that's probably really obvious.
That I was thinking the same thing. Okay. I was like, is this Anyway, so then she goes,
it was because she was like, don't tell anyone.
Yes.
And she says, Talia, Viserys told me he wished for Aegon to be king. I was the only one to hear it, and now he's dead. And Talia lights a menorah for Viserys.
Yeah, I thought this was very cool. Nice little menorah. Yeah. Shout out. Love that. After Allison finds out, in a lot of shock, that her husband is dead, she has a conversation with her father, and she tells him what her husband told her right before he died. Like, what can I say? He told me that Aegon is the heir. Yeah. So, and Otto is kind of nods, and we cut to a little meeting with all our important people in the kingdom, and Allison is...
By the way, this is where I realized that I've been calling him Jason Lannister, and apparently it's not him. It's a different Lannister.
Well, Jason
something.
is just such a good name for a Lannister. I can't blame you.
Well, there is a Jason Lannister.
There is a Jason Lannister.
It's just these guys are not.
These are different.
Same,
but they tell them the shocking news that the king is dead after 20 years. We grieve Viserys the Peaceful, which is very nice. It's very peaceful. Though it does feel a little shady to be like, like kind of like what Viserys is saying the other episode. It's like, yeah, the Peaceful didn't do anything. It's
the Lax King.
Didn't kill the Lax King. All hail. And then Otto tells everyone the big news. On his last breath, he told Alicent that his son Aegon should succeed him. Wow. And then it cuts to a really funny, like, silent shot of everyone, which I think is of them just being like, huh. Everyone's taking that in. Like, that's very convenient. And then most of them are on board. Oh no, they say, oh well, this is good. We were planning on overthrowing them anyway. This makes it all easier.
What? I know. Has this storyline come up before?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think we were just as surprised as Allison. Allison was like, "What the fuck? You guys been plotting behind my back?" That's the thing. I'm supposed to be a part of plotting, with the small council. And the guy's like, no, like, we don't want to bother your silly little woman head about this. And then we get Lord Beesbury being a freaking hero. He's like, no, I absolutely will not stand for this.
He says that he's known Viserys longer, and I don't believe he said this on his deathbed alone with only the mother as a witness. This is treason and theft. And he also suggests the king was well last night. Which of you can say he died of his own accord?
And then we have my goriest moment of the week, where Sir Criston slams our friend down on the ball thing. The ball thing they have.
The ball thing, we still don't know what it is. The ball thing,
which honestly is, I'm going to say, this just...
Their ADHD
This
thing.
is also, this ball thing is my, should I have read the book? Moment of the week, because this is like the 5th time I've seen the ball thing, and I'm like, what does the ball thing mean, Lizzie? What does it mean? Does it just mean they're on the small council? Maybe it's just as easy and simple as that, but I don't know. And I could Google it.
I just accepted that this was a ball thing. I didn't Google it either. I was like, is it a snack? Is it something they're playing with their hands? Like a fidget spinner.
A fidget spinner.
And the fact that I didn't Google it was definitely my should I have read the book moment of the week. Also, in retrospect, now that you point that out, I'm like, yeah, I should have looked up some written information.
I'm sure
on this.
someone, yeah.
Should we do it right now? Is that a...
No, I want to never know. I want to never know. We've come this far. Shout out in the comments if you think we should Google it.
Yeah, tell us whether we should learn and better ourselves or not.
Or not. So our Lord, pour one out for Lord Beesbury. And it's so funny because he dies and then they're like, so anyway, what else is going on? Oh, well, Sir Criston's, the Lord Commander, is a little pissed at this, takes out his sword at Criston. And then Otto, they're like, well, the one guy is like, let's have him removed because he's dead. And then Otto's like, no, let's have the body stay while we finish the business, which was just so weird.
Horrifying.
And they just had to like keep talking, which, yeah.
Can you imagine?
No, I can bear. I hate meetings in any way.
They continue the meeting.
Yeah. I'm like, I hate meetings without a dead body next to me. Meetings are annoying.
The dead body that could have been an email.
Exactly. Exactly.
Not Jason Lannister, but I think Tywin Lannister says he just continues with the business. Mm-hmm. He's like, Storm's End is of concern. Lord Boros has 4 daughters. With the right proposal, something. And Alicent is like, what of Rhaenyra? And Otto's like, well, the former heir can't be allowed to roam free. And Otto is public speaking so much in this episode.
More than he ever has.
Is on his P-word journey.
He is.
Like, he has been so quiet, kind of quiet scheming. And in this one, he's just like, I'm in charge.
He's feeling the power. He's enjoying it. And Alicent kind of catches on because they're like, yeah, we're just going to like put them in jail because they'll oppose us. And then Alicent is like, you're going to kill them.
Went to a farm.
Yeah. Yeah, they went to a farm. Alicent's like, no, you're definitely going to kill them. And they are like, a living challenger invites battle and bloodshed. It is unsavory, yes, Otto. And then, but we have to sacrifice, all this stuff.
I mean, to be fair, this is what Alicent said to Aegon, that his very existence suggested violence.
That's a good point. And then Alicent gets on her boss bitch mode and is all like, Yeah, because like Otto was like, well, this is what the king would want. She's like, the king wouldn't want like us to. She's like, I'm not a dum dum. He wouldn't want us to kill his daughter. Which I thought was a good point. I was like, good point, Alicent. And then, yeah, Alicent just kind of, you know, she defers to her dad. Commander Westerly is told to take his knights to Dragonstone and be quick and clean. But then,
and we see the Lord Commander throw his white sash on the table. He says, I don't recognize authority but the king's. Until there is one, I have no place here. We don't see what happens with him. We cut to weirdo Helena. She is in a children's room. I guess maybe these are her children with Aegon. There's two little blonde kids with a maid. And Helena is saying it's nature to be jealous. She's just on her poems.
I was just like
Poetry.
snapping. I was snapping. I was like, yes, girl, you tell. This is true. I'm with you.
She's doing like, what is the round crochet things called?
Oh, like doilies? I don't know.
No, where you like sew and it's like normally in a circle shape.
Oh, I have no idea. I'm not domestic. I'm not very domestic.
She is cross stitching a spider that is like bright red and orange. And this crochet cross stitching thing was my Starbucks cup of the episode. This is when an item looks out of place for the time period.
Okay, yes.
And this was just...
Oh, interesting. I didn't catch that.
We don't see anyone wearing colors that bright.
Okay, wow.
I don't know.
I love this eye, Lizzie. Good. They should hire you. They should have you on set. I will vouch for you.
Thank you.
Yes. So she tells Alicent
who do I DM?
Yeah. She tells Alicent there's a beast beneath the boards, which I guess will come into play later. And
she has said that before. I think there's definitely like, I don't know.
It's her. It's
like some sort of dragon trapped beneath the castle or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Then we have Sir Eric. The twins come into play. Otto tells Sir Eric, or asks him where Aegon is. And he's like, I don't know. And Otto's like, but you're his like guy. You have to protect him. And then Sir Eric is just like, yeah, but he can tell me what to do too. There's a hole. There's a loophole that you guys forget, and he exploited it in that I have to do what he says.
Secret passageways everywhere.
And then he's living his Aladdin dream life right now, his Princess Jasmine dream life. And then
Princess Jasmine dream life.
And Otto tells Sir Eric to go get him and do not bring him to anyone but me.
So this is confusing to me. Otto and Alicent are both doing the same thing?
They are both doing the same thing with a different twin. Wait, not with a different twin. No. Both twins are going. No, wait.
Twins are together.
Sorry, the twins are together.
They're sending a different pair. But
different pair.
Is Otto going to kill Aegon? Is that the implication?
Oh, no. It's because I think they both want to influence Aegon in the like Aegon will decide if they kill Rhaenyra, yes, and Alicent wants to tell him like, no, you can't kill them, I think. And so they both want, yes, both want his ear.
And Otto is thriving. He loves usurping time.
Oh, he loves it. It's his. Oh my gosh, he's been waiting for this. He's just having the best day ever. And then we see a bunch of people get. We see Rhaenys. I think they say Rhaenys. Rhaenys looks out the window. Rhaenys realizes she's locked in her room. And is like, fuck. And then she looks at her window and she sees a bunch of people going into a dungeon. And Lord Larys looks at them, including the handmaiden, and presumably because they know about the king, I guess. Or is it because they're of the spy thing that we learn later? I don't. Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's the spy thing.
Yes. Okay, I think it's the spy thing. You're right. Yes. So.
If Larys was there, I was like, Larys is there. He's either watching or in charge, and I guess it makes more sense that he's in charge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, it does make sense. Oh my God, it makes that scene later. Anyway.
I rewatch these scenes over and over. It's hard to dissect them. Some of them are complicated.
It is. My sister said she tried to watch. She was like, "Yeah, me and my roommate tried to watching, and we just kept falling asleep." I was like, "Just listen to our podcast, and then you'll get really hooked. Then you'll be even so into it."
Yeah.
Just trying to
just
get
watch
more
it
listeners.
First thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning. So Alicent has a similar scene with Sir Kristan, where she says, a very sexy, like, everything you feel for me as your queen to him. To, like, there is some sexual tea between Alicent and Kristan. Or she knows that, like, he's, like, in love with her, and she's just, like, using it, and she's just like, find my son, like, everything you feel for your queen. And of course Kristan's like, oh my God, I have such a hard on
show you my feet.
Yeah. Oh, no. Kristan's like,
it just turns out she does the feet thing with all of them.
Oh my God. She's like, I don't know why this works on every guy. It really is a very popular fetish. It is a popular fetish. Not that I'm saying.
Is that true?
Yes, I listened to a podcast about it. It's like the most popular fetish is feet fetish because of that brain thing. The little thing.
Because of what?
You know, the reason why the foot fetish exists because the neurons, like, whatever the pathway between the neurons of, like, sex and like feet or something are, like, close. There's, like, it's easy to get cross-wired. I swear this is real.
Catherine is pointing at places on her head right now as if I'm gonna know, like, oh yeah, that.
Oh yeah, that neuron.
The frontal lobe, cerebellum.
The occipital. No, I don't know. Guys, I'm sure.
I thought it was because people were into their moms.
Oh no, I think it's because it
was like a high heel thing,
oh.
Or maybe that's shoes.
Oh, I think it's something in the brain where something gets crossed. The wires get crossed. Anyway, guys, sound off in the comments if you agree.
You know, my wires are crossed from my sight and my smell, so I often will sneeze when I look at the sun.
Oh,
it's called photic sneeze.
Whoa, that's crazy. That does not happen to me. Interesting. Are you a witch? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
a witch.
Because we love that. So, Prince Aemond wants to go with Sir Kristan to go look for his brother. And they go on. They start their little adventure. Their cute little.
The gruesome twosome. Aemond and Cersei.
Oh my God. Love it.
Aegon tells him, Aemond tells him, Aegon brought me to Silk Street on my 13th birthday. He said it was his duty as a brother. And Cersei is like, I don't follow. And Aemond says, he said time to get it wet.
Oh. Kristan's like, I don't even know what sex is. I don't even know what you're saying. I'm too pure and morally superior.
The most virgin energy ever with this line. Every woman is an image of the mother to be spoken about with reverence.
Oh my God. Ugh. Gross.
I'm telling you, it's the mom thing.
It's like nice, but it's like, ooh. They speak to the madam, I'm assuming, of this establishment, and she tells them that the prince is not there, and that he has different kinds of things he likes to do. This is too tame for him. He does not frequent the Street of Silk.
Kristan then walks off, and the madam says to Aemond, how you've grown. And this was my horniest moment of the week.
Love that.
I ship this couple.
She's definitely the one who took his virginity. I was like, okay, so it was her. I was like,
Absolutely. This is the only woman he's had sex with.
Like, and he's like so shy, and it's kind of cute. Then
this whole thing was his secret crush mission.
This whole series is a love story, is Aemond and that girl's love story. That's what this has all been about.
Or is it Aemond and Daemon, because he's wearing Daemon's signature hoodie here.
Lizzy, his Kermit the Frog hoodie. I didn't even realize. You're so right. He wants to be literally
a lot of hoodies in this
like Uncle Daemon. We have a very important scene.
Now see this conversation in the throne room, and Otto is kinging it up. He is telling all the lords, Viserys changed his mind. You swore to Rhaenyra, now swear to Aegon, and a few of them get down. One guy is like, I need to check with my house, and Otto's like, you won't leave without declaring your intention.
Very threatening.
Hint, hint.
Very not democracy. I know we're not in a democracy, but very not democracy.
This lord says he's no oath breaker. He won't bend the knee, and Otto says anyone else. And all of the knights drag out the dissenters. Everyone kneels, long live the king. And we see Larys smiling from the rafters like that street rat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, maybe this is like Harry Potter and Larys is that rat. Like, he's an Annie Magi or whatever. Yep, I think that definitely is it.
Love that. We need a new creature, you know.
We do. I agree.
We don't have direwolves.
Yeah, we just have dragons. I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm like, you can't really cuddle a dragon. Oh, we cut to the twins. And
we see that they're being followed by this woman. And they hear cheers. And they discover a fighting place for children. It's child fighting.
Oh my God, Lizzy, I spoke too soon. Remember when I said that on the other episode?
I know.
I was like, I've like never
That's
seen
exactly
children
what I thought
fight.
about.
It's literally like they heard me and they're like, oh, you've never seen it? Well, here's more and it's worse. I was like, oh my God, this is so upsetting. This was like...
It's really upsetting.
It was really upsetting. It was very, again, this is very Game of Thrones. And everyone like cheering and like being like, go. It is just like so grotesque. Obviously, you know, that was the intention, but Jesus. Oh, they grow their nails and they file their teeth. That is really, really upsetting. And Prince Aegon, this is his like favorite spot. Cool. And we're like, cool.
He loves it. He drops his kid off. It's his kid's daycare.
It's
There's
his kid's literal
one of his
daycare.
bastard children in the corner.
So sad. And we have one of the twins being like, yeah, starting to feel not great about this guy being king, which is fair. Get the start of that. And then we cut to the Lord Commander, Westerly, getting on his horse, and then we cut back to then we cut to Kriston and Aemond. Aemond is being like, what the fuck, I should obviously be the king, I like train, I'm very smart, I learn history and stuff, and
I have the biggest D.
I have the biggest
dragon.
So oh my God, that's what and Aemond was like, he's like, we can't find him, like, let's just stop looking. He's like, he's clearly nowhere. We looked everywhere. I will be the king. Fine.
Fine.
And then we cut to
we cut back to the twins, and they finally talk to this lady. She says she knows where Aegon is for a price, but the White Worm wants to meet with Otto only. And then we see that guy who is trying to flee the dissenter.
Yes.
And he gets tied up by knights.
Yep.
He cannot go warn Rhaenyra.
Not cool.
We see Otto interrogate him, and we see Otto and Larys talk about maybe teaming up because Larys spends so much time with the queen. We see the the body wrappers wrap Viserys while Alicent is crying in a window.
Okay, so she loves him. Like, I guess, yeah, this is an interesting... I was interested about this because I was like, or maybe, I mean, I think she does really care for him, maybe. Like, he was very, like, sweet and, like, much... Maybe, honestly, he was probably, like, the father figure kind that she never had. Like a kind dude. And now she's, like, alone and, like, has to protect her friend. And, like, I think she's realizing how fucked she is now that her dad doesn't have Viserys' kindness to, like, tamper him or, like... And so this is a very interesting... Yeah, I think we have a moment of Alicent in her surrounded by incense, pondering and
she's surrounded by incense?
Incense, or maybe it's the candles, but it was this, like, beautiful shot where she was, like, and she was just, like, I don't know, I feel like this is, like, a very contemplative scene for Alicent of, like, what's to come. And yeah, it was really heartbreaking to see how much she was crying over him. And I think she's realizing this is also, like, the death to the life that she knew too. She's also grieving this life that she had for the past, like,
or maybe she's grieving Rhaenyra.
Dun dun dun. God.
Well, she puts Viserys' crown on his body, and then Rhaenys comes in, and Alicent is like, it was Viserys' dying wish. Once again, I know it seems unlikely, but it was. And she's like, will you support me? And Rhaenys is like, that's really bold, usurping the throne. And Alicent says, House Valerian with a princess, Alicent said, why are you teaming up with them? It just landed with your daughter dead, your son cuckolded, her heirs are not yours, your husband abandoned you. And Rhaenys is like, my word of my house is not fickle. And Alicent tries a different strategy. You should have been queen. We guide men towards peace. And she's like, peace like you imprisoning me? Snap. Alicent says, we need your dragon. You can have Driftmark. And Rhaenys says, you're wiser than I thought. You toil in service to men. You have a desire to make a window in your wall of a prison.
I love
Gorgeous
that.
Line.
I loved this. This was her calling her the fuck out. Loved another woman using this, like, oh, you're literally just a pick-me girl. She's calling her like a pick-me. She's like, ain't nothing worse than a pick-me bitch. She is that TikTok sound.
It was awesome. She's good. Like a badass. We cut to Cersei and Aemond, and we see, what's her face?
Oh fuck! We keep forgetting the name.
No, I found it.
Oh, this is confusing because it's like, okay, yeah. So we cut to Aegon and Kriston walking through the streets, but then they come upon the twins, and Otto talking to Lady Mysaria. And she's like, sorry for
who is the White Worm.
She's the White Worm. And Otto is like, where the frick is the prince? And she's like, the prince is in Flea Bottom where no one is to be... Oh, I thought the prince was in Flea Bottom where no one is to be trusted.
And she basically says she'll give them Aegon if they end the child violence.
Oh my gosh, we stand a social justice queen. What a good... This is... I was so happy. And this made me, just really love her. Like, this was such a... because
you're like, what is motivating Lady Mysaria? She's been kind of doing mysterious things and hiding people on both sides.
She's trying for a better
and
world.
then we see the twins pull Aegon out of this thing in a church. and tell him that Viserys sold him, and Aegon tries to run, and they drag him to these gorgeous outdoor stairs where Kristoff is, who puts the sword to them. Aegon is wearing a blue hoodie here, notably.
Notably. Must be noted. Gorgeous. He escapes, and then Sir Eric and Kristoff fight. And then Aemond tackles his brother to the ground. And his brother is throwing a tantrum and is like, I don't want to be king. And Aemond is like, yeah. He's like, I'm not fit to be king. And Aemond is like, I know. You're not. I agree. But this is what's happening.
And Aegon spits in Aemond's face. Mm-hmm. And then we see inside, Otto appears to be rolling a joint. Very lax of Otto here.
We love. We should have him on the pod. Oh my gosh. Yeah. He does look. Yeah. That's so
funny. He tells Alicent, well played. Our hearts were one. And Alicent's like, we never were. Like, I just saw what you did. And he's like, I made you the queen. She's like, I've wanted everything you wanted me to want. He said, you got to sacrifice for the stability of the reign, forfeit lives of the few for the many. So I guess this means killing Rhaenyra. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Alicent says, reluctance to murder is not weakness.
Oh, yes. Someone needed to say it.
But again, they both are just trying to install Aegon. So I guess it's over Rhaenyra.
Yeah. It's interesting because,
Alicent says Viserys wouldn't have wanted it. And Otto says, or Viserys or you about your childhood companion. Burn.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. If I was Alicent, I'd be like, yeah, I don't want to kill my childhood companion. Like, that doesn't make me, like, weak.
He says, you look so much like your mom in certain lights. She rolls her eyes and leaves. Queen.
We love.
And then she goes back to her room to find a true nightmare. Larys hiding in her room at night. What is the security here? It's horrible.
They need to do a whole overturn of the staff. Ooh, so then we have this scene. Where, and you knew something was up, Lizzie, when Larys does this, like, slink into the chair, like he's getting ready to watch. He's like he's me getting ready to watch my YouTube video, my favorite YouTube channels. He just got really
comfortable. What is that?
You just like sink into the couch and you just like get,
too comfy.
You get too comfy, but and then she takes off her shoes. Okay, no, so Lizzie, there was no mention of this before, right? I didn't miss that. We didn't miss this hint in another episode, right? I was like, did we talk about that?
Not that I know of. Like, I thought he was just doing stuff for her.
I was like, oh, it's a quid pro quo. I didn't know. I thought he was just. I didn't know it was feet stuff in exchange. Silly me.
No, I thought we just didn't know what the quid pro quo was yet.
I thought it was gonna be like, oh, she's gonna make something boring, like she's gonna make him the hand or whatever.
Whatever. Yeah,
exactly. No, she's like, you get to look at my feet. Thank you for helping me. Here are my feet.
Like, is that the total gift, or is there, like, other parts of this package? Is he doing all of this just for the feet minutes? Like,
because there's no wiki feed. There's no internet. Like, this is, I mean, I guess he could go to a whorehouse, but maybe there's something about the queens. He can only look at his feet. And that probably doesn't do it for him. But this really became, obviously the second he just starts zooming. He just zones in on the feet. And I'm like, oh no. I can't even pay attention to what they're talking about. It was so uncomfortable.
He's telling her secrets in exchange for more visible views of the feet.
Yes, and she's like, oh, yes. This web of spies. That was good. Sock off. Oh, my God.
She should just put, like, 10 socks on her feet and just take off one at a time to, like, really stretch out
that's a very good business strategy.
Money.
Yes, he tells her about the web of spies.
And he basically says, I can kill Talia. She's the head of the spies.
Yes.
And, oh no. I forgot about I already blocked this part out of my mind. That's how traumatizing it was.
When he...
Alicent puts her legs up while Larys jerks himself off. And this was my goriest moment of the episode. I was just like, my stomach
It was the glorious
turned.
moment. Okay, but Lizzie, here's the thing. Because I was corrected about our definition, this was my horniest moment of the episode. Because it was Larys's horniest. He was the
you're
one
not
having
corrected
the
about
most...
the definition. We just have our own, and that's fine.
Oh, okay.
We're a democracy.
No, but I like rules. I like to play by rules. And I think this was the...
I like you saying when you personally got
okay,
the
then I'll go back to
horniest.
that. Well, then this was my horniest... No. I stand by.
You're like, same.
Yeah, it was the same. Wow, yeah, this was a moment. So yeah, after this,
No, it was. This was definitely a horny moment. You're right.
It was a horny moment. This gem of a scene. We get Amid. We get some staring into the fire by I think Otto
A lot of ponder
and
shots.
Amid. A lot of ponder
And
shots.
most importantly, we get a check in with Alicent's nails. We see her pondering, and she is picking them.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad again.
It is bad. Oh my god, wow, Lizzie, I forgot about that. I forgot that that's what she did. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I love her. Then we have Sir Eric, or one of the twins, come into Rhaenys's room and says, "I cannot let this treachery stand. Come with me." And she has her Kermit the Frog hood on, but it's so silly because her hair is so big, so it looks kind of silly.
Yeah, she should have gotten it wet first.
Yeah, you really gotta flatten it down to make it look. Just looks like a fancy hair.
It's just like Marge Simpson.
Yeah, it is like Marge Simpson. She walks past Westerly hanged, and she is escorted out and walks, through the secret passageway, and they go to the south side, I think, or something, of King's Way. And
we see a black hood walking alone away from a fire at Talia's house, I think.
Okay, yes, I was wondering what this... Okay, yeah, okay.
So, wait, maybe it was Viserys' house?
Was it the dungeon?
Sorry?
Was it the dungeon where everyone was or something? I don't know. Or was it like, yeah, or was it, you know how everyone was like, Talia was in a dungeon?
I assumed it was the death of Talia somehow.
Okay.
The death of Talia through Larys's goons.
That's a good assumption.
I don't know. We then see Rhaenys Rhaenys wants to go back for the dragon. The knight's like, no, we need to get out. And they're in this stampede and they get separated. Mm-hmm. Then we see a carriage carrying Aegon and Alicent. And she's like, well, you need to at least look grateful.
This is hilarious. This is very teenager and mom. The mom being like, I took you to the mall. I'm buying you stuff. You should be grateful. He's like, well, I didn't ask to go to the mall. I didn't want to. I wanted to play video games. And she's like, be grateful. She's like, I'm making you the king of all of the world. She said, the least you can do. I'm giving you more power than any man will ever have in his life. He's like, I didn't want it.
And he's like, he basically says, Viserys didn't want this because he didn't like me. And then Alicent gives him this important dagger.
Oh, yes. I think that was Aegon the Conqueror's sword.
It's the one from the model where Viserys had the model and showed the sword.
Okay,
to
yes.
Rhaenyra,
I think that's Aegon the Conqueror.
It's that one.
Yes, I think it's his namesake's thing. And, and then Aegon is also like, doesn't believe his mom about how, because he's like, my dad he had so much time to call me heir, to like name me heir. And like, and he didn't, and then like does it and like laughs when Alicent is like, no, he did. And then, which breaks my heart, he asks his mom, "Do you love me?" And she says, "You're an imbecile." Which I thought was sweet. Like, she, like, did a little smile. But originally it was going to be my misogyniest moment of the week. Because I'm like, he's allowed to ask. I was like, he is a man. Like, men are victims of patriarchy too. And sometimes they're told that it is weak that they should ask for love, or they should not ask for signs of love. And I think they should. And she should.
I feel like someone doesn't get a lot of signs of love if they start getting into child fighting.
Yeah, I think it leads to a lot of that, as we see it in our world too. When men.
This is why we gentle parent.
This is why we gentle parent, and that is how we dismantle the patriarchy. Everyone has to be involved.
Also Alicent says, "Don't kill Rhaenyra."
Oh.
Even if Otto tells you to.
Yes, good. That was important.
And we see Rhaenys in the crowd, and she hears this bell tower, and the crowd is being forced by the army knight people to go to this dragon pit.
You must witness it. And she's kind of happy because she's like, good.
And there's very cool crowd shots in this, like, giant building.
This was very penultimate episode-y. There's a lot of cool, and you really, honestly, I think it actually did have its intended effect, because it really made me think about, like, how, this was a really smart move to get the people. You need the people on board. Get the people on board. Get them eating out of the palm of your hand. Like, even though it's a monarchy, like, power, people are power. Like,
people love a royal wedding. They like the decorum. Yes. It doesn't really matter which
they
it's
like
for.
The goss. They just want to know. Honestly, everyone just wants to know the goss. Like, there was lots of murmuring too. I loved every time he said something. If they were like murmur. I'm like, wonder what they're saying. I wish we'd had a close up of, like, some of the peasants.
Yeah. Somehow, by the way, Otto is speaking to this thousands of people
with
crowd.
No microphone.
No microphone.
Yes,
I don't know. He doesn't even put in his hand or do a little bullhorn
or like
cone.
Paper. Yeah.
And he announces the king is dead, and also joyous, he gave us this final wish that Aegon should succeed him. And then the guards march through the crowd halfway, as if to, like, be like, yeah, we're really in charge here. And the horns blast, and all the knights put their swords up as Aegon does this walk through them. And I feel like this whole ceremony seems very dangerous. They didn't frisk anybody
Lizzy,
going in here.
I was thinking the same thing. Wait, with the swords, right? Like, I was waiting for him to be, like, decapitated.
I really thought people were going to die here. I mean, I guess they did die.
Yeah. I thought by the swords, yeah.
But just, like, people could just bring a rock and be like, no.
Oh, that's a good point.
I don't know. Seemed dangerous.
It is dangerous.
But,
I thought it's one of his, if I was one of the guards with the sword, I'd be like, okay, don't do it yet. Wait till he passes. I'd be afraid I would go too early and accidentally, like, sword him.
Yeah.
Oh God! Look. These are my OCD thoughts. These are my.
We're too lax to be guards.
We're too lax.
Don't give me
I would get
a
distracted.
sword.
And be like, wait, is it my turn? I'd be like, oh shit. And then Rhaenys. He kneels down. Rhaenys leaves the crowd, goes somewhere. Aegon gets some oil on his head, and as Rhaenys walks away, and he gets crowned. Chris Dawn does the crowning, which is honestly, like, I guess I was like, oh, that's a big honor. And then Aegon.
Well, he's now the commander of the Kingsguard.
Oh yeah, duh.
Right?
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. And now Aegon is like, looks at his mom who bows, and he's like, oh, people bow to me now. And he looks at, like, his wife, and she bows, and Otto bows, and then he turns to the crowd, and everyone bows, and Aegon is the king, and he's so happy.
He puts his sword in the air.
Yeah, he fist pumps. He is. okay, this was so funny. I thought this was very funny. I was like, wow. It's like, I'm like, God, I'm like, this didn't occur to you? It's like, yeah, like, you're, like, if
Yeah,
you like,
you can just rate more.
if you like love, if you like being adored and loved and you want that from your mom and you crave it, you're going to get it from random strangers. That's celebrity, man. And then, but yeah, you see it really register, and that was very funny. He's like, yeah.
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 Also, Alicent tries to smile really hard. And can't.
Just cannot. Oh, God. Yeah, I feel like Aegon, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of king Aegon is going to be.
Yikes.
Not really looking forward to that. But then a huge explosion of dust and floor happens, and Rhaenys rises like she's Britney Spears at a concert, like in the beginning, and like rises from beneath the stage floor and comes up.
Yeah.
On the dragon. This was my favorite.
God.
Honestly, this was my favorite moment.
Was amazing.
This was such a good moment. They killed it.
It was awesome. And then we see this dragon rear up in front of, the high towers. And Alicent stands in front of Aegon, closes her eyes like she's about to die. And the dragon breathes goddamn hot air on them.
Can I say that's worse?
Nothing.
I'm like, that breath.
That's
Can't even imagine what that breath smells like. Just give me the fire.
Give me the fire. No, Catherine. Don't go so easily.
Yeah, wow.
Why did she not at least burn someone who's not an innocent bystander? She just kills all of these townsfolk.
That's a good point. I was wondering this too. I was like, maybe because she was like, I don't know. I guess Rhaenys has a heart, so I guess she's like, I can't directly just kill. I don't know, but it did seem like a good idea to just solve this problem.
Seemed like a really good opportunity.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, but I guess she was like, I don't want to be. She's like, I wash my hands of this. I will now probably go tell. I'm gonna go tell Rhaenyra. And then she can kill you.
And we end the episode as the dragon flies through the doors and outside. And we see in the promo, Rhaenys telling Rhaenyra the Greens are coming for you and your kids. Daemon saying you can't bend the knee to the high towers. Aemon takes his eye patch off. Men are wanting war around a table. The twins... The twins seem to be splitting up their allegiances. I don't know what's really happening with the twins.
Yeah.
I thought it was one person for a very long time.
Me too. And I honestly don't really know why we need the twins, but they're there. I don't know. Did we need more characters? I wouldn't think so, but I'm assuming
arguably
they'll serve some purpose. hot twins. Yeah, Eric and Eric.
Yeah, Catherine.
Eric and Eric.
As the keeper of the hot men of the show,
exactly.
you should be happy.
I should be
there's
welcoming.
Just more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Lots another more bearded men. We stand. Hard to keep apart, but yes. Yeah, so that was our penultimate episode, and guys, our finale is next week. I'm so excited. I missed Rhaenyra.
I'm so nervous.
I'm very nervous. I missed Daemon. I missed my hot D.
Oh my God, I miss them so much.
I'm excited. I think it's gonna be really, really. Yeah, I really liked this episode. I think it was a good setup. I think it was a good setup for the finale.
That's what it felt like.
Yes.
A setup.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah.
But we will be back next week with that episode. You can listen to it wherever you get your podcast. HBOLAX. Sorry, my microphone cut out for a second. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, HBOLAX, see our video pod versions of these, and tune in when we start White Lotus Season 2. You have 2 weeks to catch up on Season 1 if you've never seen it.
It's really fun. I think you guys, let me know what you think. But yeah, thanks guys so much for watching, watching and listening. And yeah, it really means a lot. And thank you, Lizzy, for potting with me. And fire and blood.
And peace and love.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you.